Hey, what's going on, y'all? Brother Doug here, and the year has come to an end. Now, usually I would say, sadly, the year has come to an end, but it's 2020. I can't wait for it to end. I mean, this was definitely a tumultuous year, to say the least, because not only did we lose icons like Kobe, Chadwick, among others, but we also went through a heinous summer with these racial lynchings, such as Breonna Taylor, Ahmaud Arbery, and George Floyd. Not only did that happen, but it caused public outcry, not just in the nation, but worldwide. Now, aside from white supremacy, we also had another little villain that snuck its way into America. It put a halt to everything from Hollywood, to sports, to conventions, to vacationing. Yes, I'm talking about that little piece of shit, COVID. I'll come back to that later, because I'm all about positivity. Not that kind of positivity, so to speak, because of COVID related, if you're positive, you tested. Anyways, y'all know what I mean. So, like I do every year, I'm going to break down what I liked and what I disliked this year from movies, TV, comics, current events, what have you. So without further ado, let's get started. Alright, so I'm just going to go right into it with movies. Bad Boys 3 was worth the wait. Sonic movie put a little faith back in video game movies. I'm in the minority here, but I liked Birds of Prey. The Invisible Man was cool, but I mean, if you think about it, the dude made a suit to stalk his ex-girlfriend as opposed to robbing banks. Like, come on, man. I guess. One honorable mention of a movie that I liked, I just got, literally, right before I started recording this, I finished it again. I saw it on Christmas Day. It takes a while for me to like a movie again. I had to see it twice in theaters. Just put it like this, if I see a movie more than once in theaters, in this case on Disney+, then you're okay in my book. And that movie was Soul, because I can relate to the character Joe Gardner. One movie that I really disliked, that I was really anticipating to see this year, Wonder Woman 84. I mean, it could have been better, as Maxwell Lord said. But, I mean, for a superhero movie, it had little action and it wasted Wonder Woman's most iconic villain. Because, prior to the first movie, I've always said that, Cheetah is probably Wonder Woman's well-known villain. Because I don't know any other Wonder Woman villains prior to Ares or Cersei. Cheetah. I mean, they recently just greenlit 2 days after it debuted on HBO Max, they greenlit Wonder Woman 3. So there's still time for improvement. Here's the thing, though. What made the first movie great was that for the first half of the movie, it took place on Themyscira and it explored all kind of aspects of World War I. And it had action, as I said. And it was great because Wonder Woman saved Batman vs. Superman. And people were were intrigued by that and said, okay, let's watch her solo movie. And, it did wonders at the box office. No pun intended. But with the third movie coming up, I think they should take a page out of Thor Ragnarok's book, because remember, I didn't like the first Thor movies because I didn't like that whole fish out of water aspect that they kept doing. They did that with the first Wonder Woman movie, but not too much because she sort of adapted to it, unlike Thor. Okay, let's go from the big screen to the little screen. Power Book 2, I love Power. Book 2, I love it, it's dope, but it's not as action-packed as the original, but he keeps me hooked every week. Now, one show that I did like for a minute, or should I say an episode or two, and then dropped it because of some eccentric activity, was Lovecraft Country. I mean, it started off heavy, but then after the second episode, it just I was just lost in the sauce. I was definitely confused. Like, what's going on? Where did he come from? Why is he doing that? So then I started watching a little bit of the third episode. Like this, I didn't finish the third episode. I was like, what the? And then something eccentric happened, and I said, okay, now I'm done with this show. All right, we went from the big screen to the little screen, now to the page. For comics this year, it was really interesting. Most of the comics I read came out like a year or so ago, or mainly back issues from like the 90s, 80s, and 70s. But fuck it, it's my list. I can do what I want. So, first book I read this year was Excellence. Excellence is a phenomenal book. It's definitely its namesake. The best way to describe the story is Harry Potter, which I'm not familiar with, but I know it has something to do with wizardry. Maybe I could say Doctor Strange. It's like if Doctor Strange or Harry Potter met Juice. If you've seen that movie, you'll know what I'm talking about. I mean, it's a pretty phenomenal book, and I hope that it does one day become either a TV show or a movie. I mean, they already greenlit Bitterroot, and that's going to be produced by Ryan Coogler. I read Lando, Double or Nothing. You know, I'm not the biggest Lando fan. I know a black dude's supposed to like all the black characters on any franchise. So I just gave this book a chance because it was written by a black writer. You know, I'm always down for sharing black stories. Rodney Barnes. I actually enjoyed this book because I'm a big Han Solo guy myself. But it's cool seeing his rival. And I was definitely fascinated. I was intrigued by the book. And lastly, I read that came out this year, I promise you. Like, I want to say November or October. Yeah, November. Written by Donny Cates, a new writer who I'm just now being familiar with. Crossover. Crossover is like if the comics that we read came into our world and then started, you know, wrecking havoc. I was like, ooh, I'm intrigued. And I guess Image was because they're the ones who produced it and gave it the green light. And I love it, and you guys should pick it up. As far as bad comics go, you guys know if something bad or doesn't look good. Yeah, I mean, comics are like the only literature you can judge by the cover. You know, don't judge a book by its cover. But that's not the case with comics. Comics is kind of a catch-22. But, you know, anyway, to say the least, the point is, I didn't read any bad books this year. Alright, so that's Brother Dougie's 2020 year in review. A real quick question before I go, I want to ask you guys. So, what kind of videos do you guys want me to do next year? If you're a comic book head, do you want me to do haul videos, whether it be with omnibuses, single issues, or trade paperbacks, what have you? Do you want me to keep doing those Flaws In videos? If you haven't seen the Flaws In video, it's the one with the Fresh Prince, where I check out the continuity errors, the plot holes, the flaws, basically. I can keep doing that. I have another one in store. I'll give you this hint. It's a movie because it ranges. I can do from movies, I can do TV shows, I can do music videos. You just tell me. Yeah, I mean, I work for you guys. You know, I do these videos for you guys. And after, 12 years I've been doing this, I love each and every last one of you subscribers. No, y'all ain't even subscribers. Y'all are family. So other than that, give me your 2020 year in reviews. What'd you guys like this year? What'd you dislike this year? Did you have a family member or a close friend or knew someone who caught the COVID virus? Yeah, talk to me. You know, I'm friendly in the comments. Let me know in the comments below. Make sure you like the video, share the video, subscribe. Follow me on Instagram, Facebook. And like always, y'all, deuces, and y'all have a blessed New Year's. And I will see you in 2021, God willing. Peace.